Okay, so today in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to string a top string, alright? How to string a top string in your lacrosse head, alright? Now you got 4 holes up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, alright? In the next video I'll teach you how to do your sidewall, okay? But it's always easiest to start with the top string, so we'll begin with that. To do your top string, what you're going to need one, can be a sidewall lace or a top string lace, whatever you have lying around. So now on you got, it should be 3 times the length of your head, alright, the length of the top of your head. And then, so you're going to measure 3 times the top of your head, and then add about 5 inches. Alright, so you could do about 4 times the length of the top of your head for the length of your string. Tie a knot right here. Alright, it's got to be big enough so that the string won't get pulled through your head, alright, the sidewall hole. So tie a nice big knot in there. Doesn't really matter what kind of knot you're using. You're going to start off by taking your sidewall lace and putting it through the very top hole in your head. Alright, it's the very, very top hole. You're going to put it right through there. Okay. Then you're going to put your head down, take out your mesh. Alright, now your mesh has got to be stretched out nice and good. Okay, you can wet it with some soap or some shampoo, conditioner, whatever you want. Unless it's soft mesh. If it's soft mesh, you don't have to soften it up. It's already soft, hence the name. But hard mesh, stretch it out, wet it out, dry it, do whatever you have to do just to soften it up a bit. Stretch it out and fold over your mesh. Alright, you see how this is folded? Like that. Okay, so it's like, folded over up top. See? Good. Okay. Alright, you're going to take your lace and put it through the front of the mesh right here. Now the front is going to be the rougher side. The back is going to be the smoother side. If both sides are the same, doesn't matter. You put it on either side you want, doesn't matter. You're going to put it through, okay, one of these on the end, okay, one of the end rows. Okay, put it through. You're going to put it back through the hole that you initially put your first knot in, okay, and then again through the mesh. Okay, so I'll show you what this is going to look like in a second. Okay, it's going to look something like this. If you know, I know the light's kind of making it hard to see, but if you can see right here, we've gone through the mesh, back into the head, and then back through the mesh again. What that's done is it's attached our mesh to our head. Okay? Alright, now you got your mesh attached to your head, now we got to do the top string. Okay. You're going to take your string, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put it through the hole in the scoop. Alright, in the top of the head. Okay, first things first, you put it through the scoop. It's very important. And then, once you have your mesh through this, your string through the scoop, it's coming out the front. It's going to go back through the mesh, right, back through the front of the mesh, and it's got a hook. Okay, it's got a hook into that like loop you've just made. Okay, so it's going to look like this. We've gone into the hole, back in in this gap anywhere, pull it back there and put it through the mesh hole that the second hole in the row that you attached to the side of the head. Okay, I'll show you what the first 2 holes are going to look like in a second. Maybe you'll clear you up a little bit. Pull that nice and tight. So pull it back and forth. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, now you're going to use the 3rd mesh hole. Okay, so the hole right next to the mesh hole we just used. Instead of going first into the scoop, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the next mesh hole first. Okay, then we're going to go back through the scoop. So from the front of the head, back. Okay, into the same hole. So first top string, first top hole. Okay, and then we're going to put it through the gap that's back here. Okay, so you know how we put it into the mesh and then brought it back through the head? Well, this is that loop that we left. We left extra lace. Okay, then we're going to pull it nice and tight. Okay, so keep your mesh all stretched out. Pull this nice and tight. Okay, and your first top string hole is done. It should look something like that. I use yellow, so you should be able to see it pretty clearly right here. Okay, this is your first top string. Now, if you continue doing this for the rest of the head, it'll look something like this, okay, when I'm done. Okay, I'm going to walk you through it again. First, you're going to go into the top string, into the scoop, okay, then we're going to go back through the mesh from the front, okay, doing it the whole time on camera so you can see it, okay, tighten it up, nice and good, back through the mesh again, alright, pull that nice and tight, okay, and we got our second one done, alright, second one done right there. Alright, and then while I'm finishing this up, I'll talk to you about a couple other things you might be seeing in the next couple of videos. Like I said, this is about top string, as I'm sure you've recognized by now. Next video I'll be making is how to do your sidewall. Alright, now your sidewalls, there's so many different ways you can do sidewall. There's a regular, there's the regular way to do sidewalls, as most people would say it's a regular way. There's interlocking, there's different knots you can use that'll create different kinds of pockets. There's something called doubling up that I'll also get into while I'm doing the sidewall video. And basically what it does is it places your pocket where you want it. So if you like it deeper in the middle or deeper up high, let's say if you're a shooting midfielder, or if you're if you like it low for some reason, you can make the pocket low. If you like it in the middle, if you're the average player, you can put it in the middle. But a lot of people who string their own heads, or they get it strung by someone else, will have a lot of trouble with the placement of their pocket, because it affects the way the ball is going to sit in your stick, which in turn affects the way it's going to throw and how much hold you have, and just it affects your game a lot, as I'm sure all you players out there know. Alright, now we finished up the top. Alright, we have all four done. What you're going to do is you're going to put it back through the same hole on the opposite side that you went in. You're going to put it through, and again, the same thing we did before. Alright, we're going to put it back through the mesh again, then into the sidewall. Pull it nice and tight, make a knot, or two. This is what I do, just to ensure that it's not going to go through the hole in the middle of the game and screw you over. Alright, two knots in there, and we have completed our top string. Alright, there she is, front and back. Alright, now you should have a lot of tension, not too much tension, but you should have tension, and if you push your thumb up, in any of these over here, alright, you should feel, you should be taut, alright, taunt, I don't know. And that's how you do your top string. Alright, so go look up my other videos to learn how to do your sidewall, bottom string, and shooters. Alright, take care.